slight change in the subject, but rather nicely maintaining contact with our keynote lecture this afternoon in the sense that it involves supporting vanadium oxide. The title is Radical Species in the Course of Photo-oxidation of Propylene over Highly Dispersed Vanadium Oxide on Silica by Yoshida, Tanaka, and Funabiki from the Faculty of Engineering, Kyoto University, and the presentation will be by Professor Yoshida.
Thank you. I'm sorry, my dog is not concerned with the inoculum. Okay. I'd like to show with the photo-oxidation of hydrocarbons. In 1970s, in the early 70s, Professor Tischner and co-workers reported the alkanes photo-oxide over UV irradiated titanium oxide, and after that they have done intensive work, and they showed the reaction pathways of this photo-oxidation is via the alcohol formation, and then the olefin is formed, and then the ketone aldehyde formed. And my talk is concerned with the oxidation of olefins, as introduced by Jadik. I would like to present the photo-oxidation of the intermediate in the course of photo-oxidation of propylene over vanadium oxide, disposal of silica. Although the addition proposed the olefin is the intermediate of the photo-oxidation alkane. However, when we introduce a mixture of propane and oxygen over irradiated titanium oxide, the selectivity to aldehyde is very small, and mostly leading to the carbon dioxide total oxidation. And the vanadium oxide is very little activity, and also the selectivity into the ketone is very aldehyde is very small. However, when I photo-oxide the propylene over the vanadium oxide supported with silica, we can obtain these compounds very high selectivity with the high conversion level. And I reported it almost 10 years ago, more than 10 years ago. And then we have done the investigation of the reaction mechanism. And now we propose that these mechanisms, that the reaction scheme, that the first step of this reaction is the absorption of propylene on photo-excited the vanadium oxide. It's just the axis shows that in this case I believe that the monomeric VO4, and there are two double bonds, and in this bond, on this bond, the propylene is lost. It's demonstrated by the IR spectra, in situ IR spectra and UV irradiations. And then the oxygen is photo-absorbed on this complex, and this is shown by the absorption kinetics and supported by molecular order calculations. And then this complex is converted to the product, and there are three pathways to reading a product. One is the direct fission of cis-double bond, and then the second one is the pi-area species should be formed. It's concluded by the D-distribution in upper end from deuteropropanes. And third one is we can get maybe the epoxy type intermediate is formed because we obtain the propylene oxide. And by the way, the oxygen atom in the product is originated in the vanadium oxide species. That is, this is the reaction under the mixture of propylene and oxygen. However, the direct species oxygen incorporated in the product is the oxygen in the catalyst. And now, today I would like to show the other higher species I concluded the other intermediate from this experiment, but no spectral evidence we have not so far. But recently we succeed to detect the higher level species by ESR techniques. The experiment is carried out as outlined in the part that the catalyst is vanadium oxide supporting the high surface area silica, and the catalyst is prepared by so-called equilibrium distortion method, and we change the pH of the solution from 4 and 12 now in this case, and in low pH values in dispersion state vanadium is not so high. However, when we use the high pH value solution, we can get a very highly dispersed state. And the loading of vanadium is adjusted to almost same 0.56 weight fraction. And the electron spin resonance spectra is recorded at natural temperatures with the UV radiation attachment, and after the absorption propylene or propylene oxygen, we took the spectra in situ. This spectrum shows the spectrum after the introducing only propylene, or propylene alone introduced to the samples irradiated by the UV, and the sample in this case is prepared from the raw pH values, and the A is just because just after the introduction of propylene, say about 30 seconds. And then the B is the spectrum is after 1 hour irradiations. And you can see the biggest peak is assigned to the 4 plus reduced state of vanadium. But there are 2 peaks due to the radicals. And this alpha radical is increasing from this spectrum. By the way, the gain is in this case 4 times 100, but 1.6. So about the gain is about 4 times smaller. So we have to enlarge it about 4 times. And this alpha species is stable after the by the frequency shows the after warming up to the room temperature, and again cool down to the same degree than before. And as you see, the spectrum of beta is disappeared. However, the alpha is still alive. So the alpha is stable at the room temperature. However, the beta is not so stable. And when we introduce a mixture of oxygen and propylene, the A is just after the introducing of gases, and also we detect the alpha or beta spectrum. However, in this case, the beta peak is very large, and alpha is not so large, and the reduced vanadium peak is almost here. However, and after the 1 hour's 10 minutes irradiation, the beta peak increases dramatically and significantly, and also we can find the alpha peak and also even under the oxygen vanadium is found. And after 1 hour, in this case, beta spectrum is still very rough in a very extent. And in this case also, after the warming of the room temperature, the beta peak disappears. And this, at the moment, the alpha peak, I cannot assign what is the alpha peak. However, the beta peak, can be completely simulated by as you see. This is the original peak, and this is a simulated spectrum. This is a complete simulation work. And the G values of these spectrums by simulations, we get the Z1 is 2.0313, and the D2 is 2.000. So means that the spectrum is actual symmetry. And the same G values and all very similar spectra reported by some others, and found the pyrolysis of methyl alcohol, ethyl alcohol, and methanol. And so we can assign this as the alkoxy radicals. However, this spectrum is not so sensitive to alkyl group of the alkoxy group, and at the moment, it's a reference to the investigation by the Grassley or A.B. Anderson. At first, the vanadium oxide is excited by photons, and the propylene is absorbed, and the oxygen is photo-absorbed in this complex. And then maybe this species, sigma type of radical species, like we are now tentatively studying. And when the propylene is introduced to the another gas that is prepared by the solution of a high pH value, then after just introducing a only propylene alone, we get this kind of effect. And after the terminate irradiation, the central part is of all peaks is increased, and especially the central part is increased. And this shows the large wide scanning of the spectrum. And so in this case also the alpha peak is also detected. However, this peak, we call it the gamma peak, is very different from the alkoxy radicals. And if we introduce a mixture of oxygen and propylene, we detected the beta peak. However, there is some another peak. It is a complicated peak here, and maybe it's comprised of at least two kinds of peaks. One is I cannot assign it, so this is X, and this small peak should be the O2 minus peak. And after the 70-minute irradiation and warming of the room temperature, the beta peak disappears, then the only O2 minus peak is appear again. And now I would like to show the simulation peak of this peaks, gamma peaks. that's after the 30 minutes irradiation. Then B peaks is the spectrum after 10 minutes irradiation that I showed you previously. And this spectrum is apparently they're composed of 5 main peaks and with 2 small peaks. So it's natural to expect that in the high area, that is 4 equivalent photons and 1 protons. And so we simulated it by this assumption, and we get this spectrum. This is rather similar. However, there's big difference in the central storage. So we cannot say that the only this spectrum is at least 2 kinds of species to be tried. And we try to reproduce this experimental spectrum by a combination of high area simulated higher speed that I showed here, and also the combined superpositive poles of the alkoxy that I mentioned previously. And we can get distance. We got distance. So this is not complete simulated, but however, I think the coincidence is satisfactory. And in this case, we superimpose 1 to 3 ratios of higher radical and alkoxy radical. And this is for the spectrum of 30 seconds, just after the irradiation. And for the 10 minutes irradiations, the simulated peak is different, and I think the coincidence is satisfactory. And in this case, we have to superimpose by 1 to 7 ratio. That is, I mean, the alkoxy radical, the ratio is more than the so, and the summary is at least maybe 4 kinds of radicals detected. One is the alkoxy radicals, and presumably this radical is this type of signal. And the spectrum is the same divergence reported by, as I said, the methoxy or hetoxy radicals. And the second is the higher radicals. And another one is at the moment unidentified one. And it is stable at the room. And the alkoxy radical is predicted for all systems in this investigation. And the higher radical is detected in on the catalyst is prepared from the high value of pH, but not on the catalyst prepared from low pH values. And the oxygen coexistence of oxygen favors the formation of alkoxy radicals. And so okay, so anyway, I reported that the spectral evidence of higher area radicals in the host of process, and also the alkoxy radicals that the sigma type should be formed in the course of for your field. Thank you for listening.
I'd like to make a comment about the nature of the photochemical processes which occurs depending on the particle size of the vanadium oxide. If your particle size is big, that is the dispersion is low, you should have a real semiconductor and electron hole pair creation. If on the opposite you have a very small particle size, probably you have no more a semiconducting character, and so another photochemical process occurs. Probably creation of a defect, but probably no more creation of the electron pair. Have you a comment about it? And how did you measure your experiment?
Our sample is the vanadium oxide is very high disperse, and by excess experiments, it's almost monometric VO. So just this kind of species of memory, as the Alexis showed in the last talk. And so, you know, in at the Kazansky reported that by irradiation UV, the charge transfer excitation occurs from oxygen to vanadium, and so we believe that the excitation state of vanadium is kind of species. So we cannot understand from the semiconductor theories.
When your dispersion is low, you have no more monometric crystals. Monometric, and even though a kind of network, the side network.
I don't think so. No network.
So you are always in condition of getting very high dispersion.
Yeah. Even in a case of the data is prepared from a low pH solution, the dispersion is still high, not so big or 5 network, no network either.
The kind of dimensional.
Some polymers or exist in it. But at least they were monolayers.
Did you compare the amount of quantity of paramagnetic species to the amount of total adsorbed hydrocarbons? Hydrocarbons, total amount of hydrocarbons as compared to the paramagnetic species.
Roughly, there is some correlation, but I have no precise.
The majority of the salt species are detected by or
that's one. You know, this measure that leaking nitrogen. However, in reaction is carried out in the room temperature. So maybe it's a bit difficult to compare with you to answer the question.
You made this experiment on vanadium pentoxide and silicon. And did you study this reaction on vanadium pentoxide or titanium or on other oxide?
Yeah.
What's the situation in the case of other oxide, the other oxide?
In the case of titanium oxide, it's some complicated situation of that. To my feeling, not so I did so much, but the oxygen of titanium oxide as incorporated in the product, so I did so much.
In the case of aluminum?
There is
no. In the case of aluminum?
Aluminum oxide. Okay, it's the activity is very small. Yeah, only silica support vanadium shows the high activity and also selectivity this kind of reaction.
Can you comment it? Or have you any suggestion why? What's the difference between why it's so high activity vanadium pentoxide and silica and
not in alumina?
For
example, from the excess measurements, I think that in alumina case, the interaction between the vanadium species and alumina is very strong, and maybe by the way, on the vanadium on silica alumina, we also get the very high dispersed state, and the excess experiments tell us that the the local structure is the same as the high dispersed vanadium oxide silicon. However, the activity is small. So, and another experiment or example, the E2XX is after the absorption of water, and I believe that the vanadium species is some incorporated in the surface layer, and so the interaction between the propylene and the bio bond is not so effective in the case of vanadium aromatic.
I think one more question from Frank, and then Sean can close.
I wanted just to ask about the primary process also, the one you have on the top of the board there.
Yeah.
Now, if it is really happening that you have their absorption and you also have fluorescence by the look of it,
Oh, yeah.
I would be very surprised if there was fluorescence. But do you study the spectral sensitivity of that photo effect? Because it ought to correlate with the charge transfer absorption spectrum of the vanadium on silica. And it would be important to do that.
Yeah.
In order to justify your primary process.
Yeah, so I did the photoresist spectrum, and I get the result that the quenching by the absorption of propylene profile is so I mean that by introduction of propylene, the photoresist is quenching very significant. So I did that.
Do you know the spectral
Sensitive, you mean?
No, I mean the wavelength necessary to produce the effect.
So you mean that some shift or so?
No, I mean the photon energy probably. Photon energy.
Yeah.
Photon energy. What kind of photon energy you need to where photon?
I'm sorry. Okay. This effective wavelength is about 330 or 40.
Yeah.
No,
Okay. But you did not study relative of wavelength. There is no. You did not study the dependent wavelength which are dependent to the photon.
Yeah.
You did not. Or you use always the same line or same cut of field level.
Yeah, I used a cut field, and so I found that the most effective one of the very first.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.